Good morning, precious people. Here we are together, another fresh day. Let's take a deep breath and check in with ourselves. What are you feeling? You can put words to it. I'm feeling slightly concerned. I think that's how I would describe it. I'm worried a little bit about my husband because I'm feeling tired, and I usually have like 10 times the energy. We got in really late last night here into Brazil, and he had to get up early. A driver came to pick him up for his meetings, and I was feeling groggy, and he is typically more tired than I am on a regular basis. So I'm hoping, I guess I'm hopeful that he will make it through today and everything will be great. But I know he's probably tired, so that's kind of worrying me a little bit. Just know you are irreplaceable with your own unique experiences, wisdom, and light that you bring into the world. Whether you're sipping your first cup of coffee, I have this. It's called Crystal. I was going to try it, get my first sip of this. It says it's by the Coca-Cola company, so I'm like, is it soda? I was hoping it was plain water. It's water. Score. So, whether you just took your first sip of coffee or are easing into your morning, or if you're deep into work already, I'm so grateful you're here with me. Today is a gift. It's a brand new page filled with possibility. Let's open it with kindness and curiosity. While we chat, let's remember that we're still growing and learning. So grab your favorite plastic cup with a metal lid. And welcome this day with open hearts and gratitude, because every morning is a chance to learn a little more. So I'm so happy you're here. I yesterday talked about happiness, and this is something that goes along with happiness, but this is what I'm talking about today. Definitely affects your health. And I know if you have good health, it's easier to be happy. It's one of those things that does make it easier. I think we all are responsible to keep ourselves healthy. Like I said last week, that is something you cannot outsource. Your health, that is something you alone are responsible for. So this is something that can make you more healthy. It's called optimism. Can you believe it? That there's so much. I was trying to find some news on optimism, optimistic stories, things on the internet I could share today, and I came across so many. I think it was like goodnews.org even, like every day has multiple stories. I don't think that's what it is, the website. I just Google good news stories, and there's a whole website that's dedicated to good news. I love it. I was going through there. I couldn't even decide what to pick off of that website. But what I had prepared here is that I want to talk about how positivity functions as a physical defense mechanism for your heart and your mind. So we often hear, stay positive, but today we're going to talk about why. An optimistic outlook can physically shield your heart and brain. How can that be? How does looking on the bright side, just like this morning, how I'm a little bit worried about my husband today and how he's going to make it through his day and function and be on top of his game when I'm feeling a little draggy. I know he's feeling triple draggy. So, but I know, because I'm an optimist, I'm not just a self-declared optimist. I'll get into it later, how you can test your optimism. But I know he'll be okay. I have hope that his day is going to go well. There is a difference. When I was doing my happiness stuff a few years ago, small groups, I was researching happiness, and I had somebody in my life when I was trying to make this like workbook, these activities. Someone tell me like, you can't just think yourself happy. Really, this person's not an optimist, and kind of, I wouldn't say dumping on my ideas, but was dismissing the idea that positivity and happiness is good for you or that it's even achievable. This person was saying that like some people need real therapy, not just these like little gimmicky things I was doing. And I was like, whoa, back up. I'm like, if you can increase your positivity, your happiness, your well-being, your mental well-being through effort, wouldn't you try? Like, I like science proves it over and over that a good outlook, like laughter, is medicine. I don't know if it's the best medicine for certain diseases, maybe, or diseases of the mind. Maybe it's the best medicine, but I really truly believe in optimism, positivity, and I think that comes from my mom. My mom always had these like Chicken Soup for the Soul books and all this Joyce Meyer's books. She loved Joyce Meyer's, and she'd have all her workbooks. I have a whole box of books from my mom where it's like just uplifting. She loved comic strips. She'd always put little family circle comics on the refrigerator door that she found funny, laughing. She just wanted, I mean, that's where I think I was raised in a home where my mom was trying to make it so positive for us. Oops, sorry, touched my mic. But there is a difference between what that one person was telling me is toxic positivity and learned optimism. So I believe I have learned optimism. It's choosing how to interpret the things that happen to you. But toxic positivity is like ignoring pain or denying the pain. What else? Denial, I guess, is just the word for that. Not dealing with things too is not healthy. So if something happens, like I said before, the internal family systems therapy technique, highly recommend. Look into that. Google it. YouTube search it. It's IFS, Internal Family Systems Therapy Technique. And I love it. I love it. It helps you deal with a past trauma, actually heal past trauma. Or at least it did for me. It was great. So, but make sure you get a provider who's certified in it, knows a lot about it, and has practiced it. It can go sideways, I'm sure, if you don't get a good provider. So, I did want to bring up some news stories. The positive news report that I have is the American Cancer Society has shown for the first time cancer survival rates in the United States have hit a milestone where 7 in 10 people survive 5 years or more. So the survival rate 5 years past a diagnosis is up to 7 in 10 people. This is a massive win for human optimism and scientific persistence. Even in the face of the hardest news, there is a tipping point for good. So I have over here, I pulled it up on my computer, the actual study that the American Cancer Society published in their journal, ACS journal. Each year, the ACS estimates the number of new cancer cases and deaths in the United States, and it compiles the most recent data on population-based cancer and outcomes using data collection by central cancer registries. So that's just saying how they get their data. In 2026, they're estimating over 2 million new cancer cases and a little over 600,000 deaths. The cancer mortality rate continued to decline through 2023, averting 4.8 million deaths since 1991, largely because these are the reasons that they have found that cancer survivability has been increasing, largely because of smoking reduction, earlier detection, and improved treatment. So yeah, I personally believe technology and human ingenuity has been increasing lately at a higher rate. So let me see if I can interpret the rest of this data for you. So 70% of diagnosis between 2015 and 21 went from 63% to 70%. Survivability of regional stage disease went from 35% to 54%, and then distant stage metastatic cancers went from 17 to 35%. So a lot of these are almost doubling. So specific cancers, but it went the survivability rate from the mid 1990s on myeloma went from 32 to 62%. Liver cancer went from 7% to 22%. Metastatic melanoma, 16 to 35. And rectal cancer metastatic went from 8% to 18. That's more than double. And just regional lung cancer increased from 20% to 37% survivability after 5 years. And 2% to 10% for lung cancer. That's a 5x survival rate now, five-year survival rate. That's amazing. You guys, there's so much to be hopeful about. I really do believe optimism creates health in your body and your mind. A more healthy environment, like a lower acidic environment in your body. There have been even more studies on this. I just saw this one today, and it was published about 2 weeks ago. I was so excited about this. Another thing that proves you get shielded from medical issues by feeling upbeat. There was a Northwestern Medicine study published even just this month. It says 2026. They found that there's a positive effect of feeling upbeat. It actually creates a biological shield by regulating the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. This reduces systemic inflammation. I think they're finding a lot more about inflammation and how it creates and promotes disease in the body. I do believe if you can get your inflammation down, reducing cortisol, lowering your sugar intake, and then what I just said about the acidic, if you lower your acidity in your body. It's so funny because there's a water dispensary that my daughter goes to. She has well water at her house, so she goes and gets their drinking water nearby, and they have a special, is it reverse osmosis? They have like 10 taps, and then they have this one special one, and they said people with cancer, people fighting cancer, they like this special kind of more alkaline water, I guess. And I mean, there's so many studies on the acidity in your body, and different levels can affect your health. But the one thing I know we all have control over is how optimistic you are. That is something you can, with effort, sustained effort, and training, I do believe that is something you can improve if you want to. And the thing is, something Scott Adams said. He said, you can decide to do something. You can want to do something and it can happen or not happen. But once you've decided you're going to do something, you're going to do it. So you can get your mind into that mindset. Like, I've decided to increase optimism in my life. If there's something you can do to help your body be more healthy, which improves every area of your life, do it. Do it. Make steps to do that. Let's see, what else did I have here? Optimism can be learned. I guess that concept in the scientific community is called learned optimism. And it was coined by Martin Seligman, the father of positive psychology. Definitely, I believe you can learn optimism. You can fall into pessimism real easy. I just know, being raised by a very optimistic mother, I have an advantage. I really do. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Mom. So, yeah, you have to decide not to want to make this. Hope is a wish, but you can have a confident expectation if you've decided to do something. Also, there was something that I did to test your optimism. You can get a score, actually. It's called the Life Orientation Test. You can just Google that term, life orientation. And then if a link comes up to psytests.org, it's PSY tests.org. It has the two tests, scientific tests. One is the LOT, which is the Life Orientation Test, and one's LOT-R. So it's that test, but it's been revised more recently. And I took the LOT-R, and it says out of 24, I'm a 22. So I really do believe everything's working for my good. I'm 100% in my bones believe, even when bad things happen to me, that it's ultimately for my good. So I think that might be why I'm a pretty healthy person. I recover more easily from things. And I'm not trying to lay blame on anyone who is sick. I mean, your body reacts how it's going to react. But if you could change your mindset, I mean, it's been scientifically proven you get some sort of protection benefit for your health. And then it will build on your actual happiness and fulfillment in your life. So I don't know. It's a 10-question test. Look it up. Try to see where you are. You probably already know. If you're a person like me who likes to know about themselves and you take a lot of personality and psychological tests, you probably already know. But if you're new to psychological tests and personality testing, start with that LOT-R test. 10 questions, easy. It took like a minute. And then look up some videos on how to become more optimistic. It will help you, your mind and your heart. It's been proven scientifically. So that was my quick little post for today. As we wrap up today's time together, dear friends, here's my reminder to you. Keep learning and keep growing. Every single day is another chance to uncover something new, to stretch a little further and become more of the wonderful person you are. You are valued, you are capable, and the world is better with your light in it. Thank you for sharing time with me today. Hopefully I helped you. Hopefully you'll go take that test and think about being more optimistic. I'll be here tomorrow for more wisdom, heart, and coffee. Maybe coffee tomorrow. It's just plain water. Great. Until then, I hope you have a beautiful day. You are the Lord's precious ones. Bye.